started and
What do you need housework? I have no clue. Have y'all ever used them? Yeah. I don't know. I know you have a big one. I don't know how to do that. Unless you want to.
Slow start, but we'll get rolling here.
anybody know how to use this?
Okay, everybody gets
That's just 4, I think.
What about the Saturn, everyone?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So everyone gets one thing.
Three.
So Rebecca's is on 3, so yeah. I just gotta wait, but I'll be very quick, so I'm gonna go on.
I owe you a copy or something.
Girlfriend?
I do.
You don't? You know?
We should have gone through this beforehand, and I didn't, and now I know better, so. I will own this.
Just 4. I should have paid him
Well, I can do that. They will be good.
She can write down before and after.
So wipe, I can wipe before and
Yeah. Of the whole town.
Okay.
And then what do we do about the video? Is that something we need to get started or no?
Let's go start. The last 2 years are not.
All right, are we good? I think so. Good. All right.
Okay, we are going to get started. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for your patience this morning. Sometimes we're a little slow to start, but we get going and we're going to just run you through a whole bunch of information today. My name is Kelly Skora, and I'm the Director of Early Childhood Services. we have a Head Start and Early Head Start program. We also have the program for preschool children with disabilities. We also have pre-K. So our name is Early Childhood Services as a department here at Region 10 because we serve everybody and everything birth to 5. Everything related to our youngest learners. And you all today represent families of our youngest learners. And I'm so excited just to welcome you. You all drove in from all over. Region 10 is here, and we go this way, 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 and you all drove in this morning. And I know what traffic's like coming in here, and I really appreciate you taking the time this morning. The thing that we all have in common, you don't know me, I know a few of you, you don't know me, and we don't know each other yet, but we all have one thing in common, which is we love your children already. We believe in your children and their ability to be ready for school and to learn. And what we know about all of you already is that your kids are your priority and you're their first teachers. And so we have all that in common here, every single one of us, no matter what our role is. And so we are always so excited when we have a new school year and new families in to start our year out to go, wow, we are in a room where we all have the same mindset about how important young children are. And I get excited with Policy Council because when you come in today, it's the beginning of your journey learning about Head Start, all about Head Start. And at the end of the year when we're meeting, you're going to tell us what your journey was about. What was this Head Start and Early Head Start journey about? You know, and we get excited to hear from you and hear what you have to say and hear what your children are learning. And that's what we hope to learn and hear from this year and to share information with you this year. So I just wanted to welcome you. We have a really busy day. Lots and lots of stuff to learn today, and so we'll keep it moving along, but I just wanted to welcome you and thank you for coming. So I look forward to all of our meetings this year and getting to know you and your children. Okay? So thank you. So I'll turn it over.
I'm just going to do a quick, my name is Elena Carson, and in your informational binder, there's there's some information about the Region 10 staff that help teachers in the Head Start program, early Head Start program. I am working with Parent Family Community Involvement, which is the site facilitators and the family resource specialists. They're in the offices that we work with, that you sit your goals with, and that you involve with. And then there are 2 consultants that help support directly on the campus staff. We have Denise Roach and Liz Haywood. There's information about them as well. And then we have education is a big cornerstone of the Head Start program. So we have education coordinator, Cindy Griffith. And our health and nutrition coordinator is Debbie Fogg. Tony and I kind of co-coordinate the early Head Start programs, which involves different pieces. We talk their licensing and home visiting program. And we look forward to telling you more. Susan's going to tell you a little bit more about that later. And our disabilities coordinator is Ailey Schumann. And we have a man with the money. This is our budget and transportation coordinator. And his support is Lakia Curtis. Rebecca Lada, who is our translator today. She is one of our mental health. Now we want to hear from you guys. Your guys are so if you can give us your name, where your child have their home campus at, and just a quick little or what you're looking forward to for our home campus this year. So let's start over here. Is that okay? No?
My name is Sandra Martinez, and my daughter is, well, I have another 2 boys, one is 26, one is 24, and my daughter is 4. I studied again, and my daughter goes to the same school where my son did when we came from Mexico. And I need to start doing something now. I want more Spanish and more English, and I can do better. But I want to help. Now we are in Sherman, Texas. We live in Denver.
Buenos días.
I'm here, I don't know nothing about it, but I'm not going. Mi nombre es Diana Espinosa.
My name is Diana Espinosa.
Tengo un niño, Leonardo Espinosa, y va a la escuela Verdula en Sherman, Texas. Tengo 3 niños más. Y mis hijos todos han ido a Head Start en Sherman, Texas. Desde la mayor hasta el chiquito. Estoy muy contenta de estar aquí y representar a mis hijos.
Your name is Ryan Sherman. Oh, sorry. My son is at Sherman, Brett Douglas. I have 3 other kids, and we live in Sherman, and I'm very excited to be here in Sherman. Thank you.
My name is Jay Hayden. I've got 4 kids in Denison, Texas, from the Hyde Park campus. My youngest just started this year. I was actually a member of Policy Council last year, and it's a great experience, and I'm looking forward to helping the program again this year.
Hi, my name is Carrie Baker. We are from Greenville, Texas, and I have 2 infants start this year, and I have 11 children.
You're amazing.
I have absolutely no idea about this. This is our first year in Head Start. We've done pre-K for many years with all my others. But I'm excited to learn and to be involved with my kids.
Hello, my name is Lisa Dawn. I also come from Crandall. I only have 2. And so this year in Head Start, and I'm happy to learn whatever kind of next.
Hello, I'm Alicia Webb. I'm from Denison, Texas. My son, I have 1 son, Noah. He's in Head Start. I taught Montessori school, and I've also been a paralegal. Now I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I hope to be very involved, and I'm very excited. I'm also on the PTO board in the school, so I have meetings at least 2 or 3 times a week, so I'm very busy. Love kids, and I'm super excited.
I'm Kim David. I'm a part of Rockwall. My daughter, one out of 3 daughters, out of 4 daughters. She's at Early Head Start in Rockwall at the other campus.
Hi, I'm Julie Lockwood. I'm from Rockwall. I am her alternate. And I had a 7-year-old, and then I had a 3-year-old that's in Head Start. And I'm just here to contribute what I can and learn more about what goes on behind the scenes.
I'm like, oh, here's all these. My name is Sharita Bartley. My daughter is 4. She's in the Head Start program in Frisco. We've been in Texas for a little bit over a year. July 7th, maybe we were from St. Louis, Missouri. This is my first experience in any Head Start program. So I'm just here as an advocate for my daughter and just to see what I can learn to help improve her learning so that she can be who she's designed to be.
I'm Jillian. I'm from Kent, Texas, and my daughter is 3. And I was with Region 9 last year at a different school. So I'm excited to see if they're somewhere else. Welcome.
No, I'm gonna come up here because I have to address the whole room. Because I don't want my back
to some people. My name is Sept. I am from Allen, Texas. I am also a bus driver for Allen INC. This is my last, I have 6, Otis is 23, he's 4, and I have 3 that have been in the Head Start program. One's in California. We've been here for 10 years. And when my daughter Jasmine was in Head Start, I was just having him. So now all the teachers are so happy because they actually watched him from baby to now as a Head Start student. So I'm really excited and I look forward to learning a whole lot. And once you get into education, you just, oh my God, you love it. So that's why I decided to be on the meeting this time, because as a bus driver, I just feel like, I just want to do more. I just want to be more involved. So,
Hi, my name is Nancy. I'm from Tatum, and I am the grandmother of my grandchild, my mother is not alive. I need to try to. Here she is. My daughter. If I can let her, she
Well, my name is Romeo Prieto, and I actually have 2 kids. I have a son from Corny, and I have a son that's in high school, and then my 3-year-old London is in the Head Start program. And the reason why I decided to do this was to actually make everyone else get more involved and see how it is. And this is my first time dealing with Head Start, so that I can give the opportunity to see where this goes and what needs to be done and all that kind of stuff. I'm excited about that.
And you can introduce your friend.
No, this is my mother. Which is my
Bueno, mi nombre es Diana Rodríguez y vengo de Palma, Texas. Y pues estamos aquí también para atender más y ayudar a los niños para desenvolverse más y aprender más. Y todos mis niños son 4 de 4 y han estado ahí donde está y me ha gustado mucho. Porque lo he mirado aprender bastante. Gracias.
Head Start, she wants to be here to just help the children more, to learn more. All her 4 children have been involved in the Head Start program, and she's seen how much they've learned and how much they've grown. And so she's really
Hola, mi nombre es Gloria Ávila. Tengo 4 niños y el más pequeño está ahorita en empezar, tiene 3 años. Ha aprendido mucho y le gusta mucho el programa. Vine para aprender un poco más del programa.
My name is Laura, and I have 4 kids, and I'm also with Palmer. And I'm also from Palmer. My youngest is in Head Start, 3 years old, and so far he's learning a lot. He likes it a lot, and I'm just here to just come and learn more about the Head Start.
Hi, my name is Eddie Contreras. I have 3 girls, ages 2, 3, and 4. The 2 oldest are in Head Start. I'm very excited because before I started having babies, I was in college to be a teacher, and I just thought volunteering at the Head Start was just my favorite place to go. So I'm eager to learn and contribute. Thank you.
Good morning. Once again, thank you all for being here today. I'm just going to give a quick overview of Head Start, just some things that you might be interested to know. We are now in 18 districts. So some of those districts are tiny, some of those districts are big, and some of the Head Start classroom and other districts we have 10. So we also have 3 and 4-year-olds. We also have 3 and 4-year-olds in some districts. Some districts just take 4-year-olds. Susan will tell you in a moment about early Head Start. We have early Head Start, which is up to 3 services in 3 of our districts. So she'll tell you about that in a little bit. Also, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about how our staff is set up. We have each of our coordinators, it's as if we have kind of 2 jobs in one. We are service area coordinators, so I heard some of you were from Waxahachie and Palmer. Those are some of the districts that I serve as service area coordinators. But also, which means I attend meetings there and such, but also we each have an area of specialization. When we were introduced, you heard that Cindy's education, I'm disability, Susan and Elena are early Head Start. So you'll hear that, but then we also serve certain districts. Then we each have, most of us have consultants that we supervise. Cindy has education consultants, I have disabilities consultants. Those consultants go into those classrooms and help those teachers with strategies for children. They help them with family ideas and ideas for sharing things with families. So those consultants, there's a lot of support in those Head Start classrooms that's not, you don't get quite as much of usually. And then last but not least, we have site staff that we have out there in the district. So your site facilitator, your family resource specialist, those people that helped you with enrollment and have talked to you about dental and physical exams and all that. Those people are 100% Region 10 employees, and we supervise those people as well. So that's just a little bit about Head Start and how Head Start is set up, and I'm going to turn it over to Susan.
Good morning. I'm Susan Cassoni, and I'm one of the early Head Start coordinators, and I also supervise our mental health consultants. And Elena and I share the coordination for early Head Start in our 3 partner school districts. That's McKinney, Sherman, and Rockwall. We are in our 16th year of doing early Head Start. We serve pregnant women and children birth to age 3. And one of the reasons, in our partnership with the school districts, one of the target populations that we are working with the school districts on is their pregnant parenting teams. So all the other eligibility criteria that you see in Head Start is serving the homeless, families that are homeless or experiencing homelessness, children with disabilities, TANF recipients, children that are in foster care, and children that meet our income guidelines are true in early Head Start, but then pregnant parenting teams can also apply and receive services. And one of the things that we want to do in early Start is keep those young parents in school, help them to graduate, and while they are doing their education, we're starting the education of their little ones. So in all 3 of those sites, we have relationships with the school districts and have the school district personnel who help us identify those students within the school district who might benefit from early Head Start services. This is our one directly operated program. So all of the staff that work in early Head Start work for Region 10, including the teachers. So where Head Start teachers work for the school districts, in early Head Start the teachers work directly for Region 10. And we have 2 different program options in early Head Start. All of it early childhood education, but some of our parents receive services in a center-based program. And as someone already mentioned, part of that is we are licensed child care centers, and we meet the federal performance standards. So in a center-based setting, the children are in classes with a ratio of teachers of 1 to 4, so 1 teacher to every 4 children. And it doesn't matter whether the baby is 6 weeks old or 3, we always have to maintain that ratio. And we use a research-based curriculum, starting even with our infants, to educate these young children all the services that Head Start children receive, mental health services, health education, and health coordination services, nutrition services, family support services, all are available to our early Head Start babies as well. And the center-based services then that we operate Monday through Friday on a calendar that's somewhat on a schedule, that's somewhat dictated by the school district because we're also supporting their students. And then we also deliver services in family homes. So we have teachers that are specially trained to go into the child's home and work with mom and baby in the home. And we use a Parents as Teachers curriculum, which is an international curriculum to help parents as their child's first and most important teacher understand child development, where their babies are developmentally, help them look at things they can be doing in the home to assist their babies, but then also work on parenting skills and any other family resources, any kind of family resources and supports that parents may need. To be in the center, a parent has to be working or going to school, and school gets defined a whole lot of different ways. So it could be college classes, lots of different ways where you would need care for your child and education for your child while you are doing something to better yourself and your family, either work or school. And then the home-based program, some of our parents choose to be in the home-based program. They love having their teacher come to their home. They do an hour and a half visit every single week. They have an opportunity to have 2 play groups every month so they can meet with other parents and parents get to talk, babies get to visit with each other or play with each other. And so that is certainly another strength of our program. Just to give you a couple of really quick statistics I wanted you to know based on our last year's report to the federal government, we served 229 children, 26 pregnant women. Most of those were all teens, and only 2 of them were adults seeking early Head Start services in the community. And 15% of the total enrollment in early Head Start were children with disabilities. 60% of our families are single parent families in early Head Start. And about the same number are also Spanish speaking. So that Spanish being their first language. We had 31 children this year graduated, if you will, from early Head Start and go to Head Start. And we had another 16 children who left early Head Start and either went to other early childhood centers, not Head Start, because perhaps their parents didn't qualify. The parents had done so well they didn't qualify for Head Start services. And others that just, parents chose to take them home at the age of 3. Statistics from last year, you keep track of that every single year to know exactly, and we're required to report that to the federal government, but I thought you might find that somewhat interesting. The early Head Start, once you qualify for early Head Start, children can remain and families can remain in early Head Start if they start as a pregnant mom all the way to age 3. They never have to requalify. They do need to requalify when the child reaches Head Start age. So that's when we introduce them to the Head Start staff and begin that process of transitioning and qualifying them for Head Start. Any questions? Look forward to working with all of you this year. Welcome again.
Good morning again, I'm Liz Haywood, and we failed to actually point out the necessity room. We have the restroom, if you may go out the door, take a quick left, quick right, and then a quick left, and you'll see the restroom. Across from the restroom is the water fountain, and also we have complimentary coffee. So, if you need, take care of yourself. Thank you. Did I walk with that?
And like Liz said, please, if you need to go do your business, go do your business, because we're going to kind of keep rolling on through. There's a full agenda, so we want to make sure we get everything covered. And we're not going to take a break until probably about next time. So if you need to go take something, take care of yourself. So on your paper, on your tables, you're going to find some paper. It's blue paper. It has some questions. And I'm sorry it's not in Spanish. So what we're going to do, since we have so many that use the Spanish translation, I think we're going to kind of just talk our answers through. if that's okay with you all. I don't have you work with your tables on it, but we'll just kind of pull it up and see. If you'll open your notebook, you're going to go, probably, I think it's the third tab, it's called Policy Council Bylaws. Everybody have a notebook? Everybody have a piece of paper and notebook. All right, well, what we're going to do, it's pretty easy, I think. I hope it is. If you turn to Article 1, and if you'll pull it up, it says, the first question is, the name of the group shall be. Can anyone give me that answer? You want to do that? I hear somebody saying it over here.
Head Start.
Head Start, early Head Start. Policy Council. Woo-woo! Give yourself a round of applause. You got that one. All right. Well, that's kind of how it is, and I hope it's easy enough that we can we'll just walk through it. If you want to work ahead, you can work ahead. But as I ask out the questions, y'all can kind of give me some responses. So the next one is under Article 1 also, and this talks about your purpose. And I don't think I know Elaine introduced me, but I am Denise Rhodes, Family Engagement Consultant. I work in the Drayton and Holland counties. So for those of you in the north, you'll see. Okay, so the purpose of the Policy Council is to assist the program in the areas of what 3 areas? Can anyone give me one of those?
Head Start, early Head Start, and areas of planning.
Planning is one of them. General procedures and human resource management. Awesome. So you're going to get a lot of information today about some of those things. I know we have Leslie here today, and she's going to share with you all about how we hire, our hiring process. So you're going to get more information on that. All right, the next one is in area 2 under responsibilities. It says, can you name one item that must be approved under the planning process? Can anyone find one of those areas? Applications? Funding application. That's right. Without you guys, we can't fund our money. We can't fund our program. So we have to have you all here to approve our grant. And Rudy is going to be one that will share more information with you guys on that. He's going to be talking about budget. All right. Under general procedures, can anyone give me one item you do there? Procedures defined in decision making. Shared. Sorry, I'm really poor. Jay, will you speak up loud enough? I know Jay can speak.
Procedures defining shared decision making.
Shared decision making. And that is true. Because what you guys are going to do, you're going to help us make those decisions and working on things. You're also going to be working with our Region 10 board. And things that you guys decide, they also have to approve. So everything kind of works hand in hand. If they approve something, they put it over here to Policy Council so you guys can approve it. Let's see. What else do we have under human resource management? Can anyone give me one thing under human resource management? Speak up loud.
Approve or disapprove hiring or termination of the Head Start, early Head Start director.
All right. So Kelly, you all met Kelly earlier. You guys get to approve Kelly. So if she's not doing what she's supposed to, you guys can come up and stand up and say, hey, there's something going on here. We need to look into that. So you guys have that power. So you're a very powerful group. I can't really speak on these days. And so I appreciate you all being here because that is your purpose and your responsibilities is kind of making sure that the program runs smoothly. We have people in place. We are, getting our money, things that are necessary for the program. All right, the next part I have is under Code of Conduct. It's Article 4. And I just you're going to get official training on that one later on. It's going to be part of a big training, so you'll get more information on that. But I just wanted so you guys are getting familiar with your bylaws, things that this is how we conduct our business. So if you'll look at point number 3, can anyone tell me what will support and participate? I got to look at it myself. Number 3, will support and participate in what? Teamwork. That's right. We are a team. We are all going to work together. You guys are all going to work together. That's why we bring you all in together here to look at, the different information. Now, sometimes we do it via webinar, but we wanted you all here today so that you can kind of see your faces and different people that you're going to be working with throughout the year. So we have teamwork. And then point number 8, we'll agree to report the agenda items of policy council to who?
Head Start, Early Head Start, Parent Committee.
Your parent committee. So information that you take from here, I'm sorry, these are readers, so I have to read them. And information you gather here at policy council, we want you to take that back to your parents at your local campus committees. And that's what we call our parent committee. So the people who elected you to be your policy council representative here, that's who you're going to take that information back to. So as you gather, just remember, because sometimes, the meetings may be monthly, sometimes they may be like quarterly. You'll just kind of have to keep up with a little bit and figure out some different ways of getting that information back to the other parents. So let's see, what else do we have? Now we move on to Article 5, membership. The council shall consist of what percentage of parents of children presently enrolled in the program? 51. Yay! Y'all are getting this. Y'all got this. 51%, because we want the majority of the decisions to be made by the parents. The other 49%, you may wonder where that comes from, and that other 49% comes from community representation. So what it could be grandparents, if grandparents, they're not the parent of the child, but they want to participate and make an impact on the children. It could be agencies in the community. It could be a school representative. It may be a school counselor or someone who has an interest in making sure early childhood is important and the things that we make decisions on here get back to the schools and just a different impact for kids to make it better. So that other 49% is that kind of, or it could be a former parent, a parent that child's moved on to kindergarten, but they want to make sure things are still happening in Head Start. Let's see, point number 8, you will agree to report the agenda items. Oh, we already did that one. Sorry. Where are you? Number 9, section 2. Let's see. It says the prospective, and it's under section 2. Can y'all find that one? It's a little deeper in there.
Community representative.
Community representative. What they will do, and that's the people that I was just talking about, the other 49%, when they decide that they want to be a part of this committee, they will have to be voted in on. So they will submit information. It might be a resume, or it could be a vita, something that kind of describes why they want to participate on our policy council. And they'll submit it to you guys, and then you're going to approve or disapprove if they can participate. Let's see. Section 2 again. No individual may serve on the policy council for more than how many one-year terms? 3. That's right. Now we had some new, the new performance standards have come out, and it's changed it up, so we may do some changing on that. We don't know, but right now we're still with 3. That's what the policy council approved. So we're going to stick with 3 for now, and that may change later. And then in section 3, the Region 10 Policy Council membership excludes who?
That's a Region 10 ESC. Department of funded, partially, are included with Head Start, Early Head Start, grant funds.
You got it. You guys are on top of it, because we don't want our staff members sitting here influencing things that go on. We want to make sure it's your decision. So our staff members can't do it, and if there is someone at the district that is funded by the Head Start money, they aren't able to participate either, because that would be kind of a conflict of interest. So we don't really want that happening. So I think that was the only thing I had for that piece. What else am I supposed to come up with? Forgotten. Oh, we don't have, oh, that's not my part there. So I guess we're on to Leslie. We're going to let Leslie come up and talk about the hiring process, unless y'all had any questions. Please feel free to go through the bylaws and read more. I should get ready to see what we didn't have an answer, but I think I want to. I get up here and we all want to go on break. What's up with that?
Sorry, Leslie.
My name's Leslie Boyd, and I'm the Assistant Director of Human Resources here at Region 10. I will tell you, I have a long love affair with Head Start, Early Head Start. I've worked in the program for about 5 years. I did that as a Panhandle, and then came here to Region 10 and started with the Head Start, Early Head Start program. So this is near and dear to my heart. I grew up in a migrant housing in Dimmitt, Texas, and we had Head Start program. I didn't qualify for Head Start, but I was on our free and reduced lunch, so I was in the same preschool class and kindergarten class, and it works. Wonderful. So thank you so much for what you're doing for your children. I'm going to show you real quick where you can find our job postings. If you'll go on to region10.org, this is our website. They'll have this button here, Jobs and Certifications, Employment at Region 10. And so you'll see it takes you to what's called Teacher JobNet. Right now, I don't know if we have, oh, we do have something that's posted for Head Start, Early Head Start. So what you'll do is, when people are looking for positions in the Head Start, Early Head Start, that's where they'll go to find them in the Teacher JobNet. Our Teacher JobNet, right now, the only thing we have posted right now is for our sub pool, and we desperately need subs for our Early Head Start programs in Rockwall, Sherman, and McKinney. So any of you who know people that might be interested, this is my plug for that. Make sure and have them look online. I'll bring that back up for y'all. Slideshow. Anyway, so our applications come through online, and then what we do is go through this screening process, make sure that there are requirements that you have to have an early Head Start teacher or a family resource specialist, a facilitator, all the different positions that the grant funds. We make sure that our applicants have those qualifications, and then we send them over here to the program coordinators and assistant director for them to screen the applicants. Once they go through the interview process and they decide who they would like to offer a job to, then they send that name back over to me, and I make sure that all of the criminal background checks have been done, and we do all of the reference checks for the employees, and we offer them the position contingent on the policy council approval. So ultimately, what we do is just facilitate the hiring, because ultimately you are the ones that will hire the teachers, the program coordinators, the directors. That all falls on the policy council. So you're the ones, you're the hiring boss. If you have any in your campuses and you're working with any of the employees and there's any issues going on at any of the campuses, I encourage you to reach out as policy council members, but more importantly, as parents of your children. Reach out to, like Gayle mentioned, the service area coordinator. Each one of the coordinators here supervise each one of those campuses. So if there's ever an issue, if there's ever questions, we are very strict on everything from confidentiality, and we all know there's a lot of things that are going on in our households and with our children, and especially when it revolves around medical care, and we take pride in making sure that all of that stays confidential. And so if there's ever any issues that you have or questions or concerns, I encourage you to voice that to your coordinators, because once again, that's part of the HR function. So ultimately, like I said, we start online with the application process, goes through our screening process at HR, comes back over to the Head Start coordinators, directors, and then we come back to HR, we call with a job offer, and then it comes to you guys so that y'all can hire or approve to hire or approve not to hire the person. What questions do you have for me? Yes, ma'am. Cindy in the back.
Can you talk a little bit about the Head Start teachers who actually
are
the
yes.
how all of that works?
So the partnership. Region 10 is the fiscal agent for this grant, basically. So Region 10 is the one that actually writes the application and submits it in to the federal government, and so we draw down the money for this. And so in partnerships and collaboration with each one of these school districts that each of you represent here in the room, what we do is we funnel money through to those school districts. And I know Rudy's going to get into that part of it to explain how it goes through. But ultimately, with some of the money that we send to these school districts, the school districts are the ones that hire the Head Start teachers and the Head Start teacher assistants at that school campus. The only teachers that Region 10 employ under the umbrella of Region 10 will be in Susan and Elena's position in the early Head Start classroom. So they're in McKinney, Rockwall, and Sherman. But all the Head Start teachers are actually employees of the school district. Okay? So the school district is the one that supervises them. The school district is the one that actually goes through their hiring process. But we still bring those names to the Policy Council for your approval on behalf of, Palmer ISD or Waxahachie ISD or Allen ISD, whichever the school district is hiring. Great question. Anything else? Yes, ma'am.
So when we are given the opportunity to vote on then the teachers,
Yes.
so do we see the resume? I mean, what happens?
Yes, you'll receive a packet, and what typically happens is you will receive a packet with some type of information about the teachers. It'll usually include where they've been, what their experience is in, how many years of teaching they've had, and the coordinator who supervises that campus will basically verbally introduce this person to you. If the person it happens to be, in the college, which typically they're not, but you also vote on staff members. You voted on every one of us in this room. You voted on me 2 years ago. And so if we're here, then we do step out of the building. So step out of the room. So when you're voting to save me or vote me off the island, I'm not stepping there going. But you'll get all the information that you need about all of the staff members. Great question. Yes, sir. Oh, wonderful. He does. He has a example of the voting document that you'll receive in the Policy Council, and it'll just show what the position is, the name of the person that was offered to you to approve for hire, the amount of experience, what their special skills are, start dates, number of applicants that were considered. And that's real important because in a lot of the smaller communities, we may not have a whole lot of applicants for the position. But when it's, in the larger communities, you may have 150 plus for one position. So it'll also let you know how many were interviewed, where the job was posted, and who the supervising coordinator was. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Sounds like just a stamp of approval. Have you had instances where the policy council has said no?
Not in the 2 years I've been here, but I don't know if.
I can see where that might come.
I will tell you that
that
did happen in Region, when I was working for Region 16 up in Amarillo, because we had them all in the small communities all the way around, and it did happen to the Policy Council, because ultimately the Policy Council is the governing body of the application of the funding, so. But I don't believe it's happened
We
here.
have had instances where our policy council has requested more information and wanted us to come back with them with additional information before they approve, so.
Great questions, guys. Anything else? Okay, well, once again, my name is Leslie Boyd. If any of you have any questions, or more importantly, if you're ever interested in applying for one of our positions in the Head Start, Early Head Start fields out in the different districts, please give me a call, and I will help you walk through the online process. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, we are going to take about a 5-minute break. And also during, while you're breaking, after break, we're gonna get into the policy council officers. And you all will be electing officers today. So if you are thinking, and we're encouraging you to be an officer for policy council, so during break, if you'll just put your name up there, if you'll just have some markers here, so if you'll just put your name up here under whichever office you're interested in. For policy council officers, we're gonna have a chairperson, vice chairperson, secretary, and assistant secretary. And the officers are the ones who actually conduct the meeting. And we'll get a little bit more into that after break. So if you are interested, please put your name up here, some markers over here. The only requirement is that we want you to be sincere and take the, if you become an officer, to be serious about that. And we do want our officers to attend the meeting if you're losing 10. You will not have the option of doing a webinar. And the reason for that is because we have documents that need to be signed, such as the grant application, minutes, and other forms that need to be signed. So we need the officers here at the meeting at Region 10. And the meeting's only once a month. Okay, so take a 5-minute break. Name up here if you're interested.
Ma'am, do you think I could do my 5-minute section before we go to break so they'll know what duties are?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You want to do it real quick? Yeah. I mean,
Thank you.
I'm Debbie Boggs, and I'm going to be covering the duties and responsibilities of each. So I thought that might be a good idea. If you'd like to put your name up there, at least you would know what the responsibility of that office is, so that you can better decide if you want to put your name up there. It is in your packet, and it is under section article. It's under Article VII, under Article 8. So it's under this little green tab, under the bylaws. And it's at the top of page 5. The top of page 5, and these are the duties. What is the duties of the officers.
Policy council bylaws.
Policy council bylaws. So the chairperson is really going to be in charge of facilitating the meeting. If there needs to be a sub-meeting, a subcommittee, then the chairperson can facilitate assigning a subcommittee. The vice chairperson will act as the chairperson if they're absent. So if the chairperson is absent, then the vice chairperson will act in the place of, on behalf of the chairperson. And they do all of the duties and responsibilities in the absence of the chairperson. The secretary, which is the orange tab up there, if you want to be the secretary, they'll be the ones to take the minutes, so they'll take notes on the meeting. So as the meeting goes by, if someone votes to approve, they'll write that name down. If someone seconds the vote, they'll write that name down. So they're the ones that's going to take minutes or take notes on the meeting. And then the assistant secretary in pink, if you choose to do that, you'll act as the secretary in the secretary's absence. Now, on an issue, the chairperson and the vice chairperson really they don't need to try to sway a vote, but if that person really feels strongly committed to that argument, the chairperson can step down from that position and then be able to state their platform or their ideas on that. Does that make sense? That talks about that under Section 5. And then under Section 6,
to be able to vote on something for policy council, the quorum is 5. So we have to have at least 5 policy council members present, and at least 3 of them have to be parents. And if in the summer months, a lot of times June June and August, we don't have a quorum sometimes. So that in the event that we don't have a quorum, then the policy council, y'all will be considered the executive committee, then they can act on behalf of the policy council and make those decisions. Did I cover everything? Does anything else need to be straightened?
Let me just add also that the staff, the head start early staff, we're here to help you. The officers, don't let that be a barrier for you.
Exactly.
Because we're here to support you, we're going to sit down with you, we're going to help you facilitate the meeting, we're going to actually prepare the agenda along with your input with you, the chairperson, and also the secretary. We do have our administrative support here to assist the secretary in taking in. So we're here to support you. There's no such thing as failure in policy.
The last 2 years I've been here, someone has, staff has sat right beside that chairperson and guided them along and prompted them, and also with the secretary. And there's a form that you just, that's already the format of our meeting, and a staff person will sit right with that secretary as well. So don't feel like that you don't want to do it, but just get out there and sign up, and you will have our support. Okay?
So what's the timeline as far as like how long would you be the chairperson and secretary? Like,
good question. The question is, how long will you be each of these positions? So if you get voted upon, you will be in that position for this program year. So it goes from September this month until August. September to August in one. So it's one program year. So it'll go through May, and the children are out of school in May, or we still have policy council in June, and another one in August. So it goes all, and there's a list of your meetings in there. I have 5 minutes, so how long do you want to go to break? Break? 5 minutes. So if you could please be back in your seat, ready to go at 10:50. Thank you. Sorry.
Are you any of those for your school?
I'll just keep it at one. How's the school year going for you so far?
Yeah. Get them. Is it a big
Yeah. That's Yes, and then I also well, maybe. Oh, the meeting? It's like an hour. Yeah. Did you get to refill? I didn't bring it together. How are you doing? You look beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, too dark. Sorry. I didn't like that with your shirt. Sorry, it's really dark.
It's such a glare, I can't really see
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started so we can kind of get on track. And now we're going to talk a little bit about voting. And the really great thing is this year it's the presidential voting, so there is so much about voting right now. Okay, sorry y'all are stuck with me again. It's my turn again. So, our assistant director, she's kind of out right now, so I'm kind of filling in her spot and filling in my spot. So I apologize that y'all are stuck with me. But we are going to talk about voting. And the way we do it in Policy Council is through Parliamentary Procedures, which is something you've probably heard about. If you've ever gone to a business meeting, a PTA meeting, a city council meeting, you participate in what they call Robert's Rules of Order. So that's kind of what we go by, but we're going to kind of walk through it through our articles. So we're going back to our bylaws again, and we're going to start around Article 9. And so it's just about where, when, and what of Policy Council voting. And what we do is Policy Council, we're going to have an agenda each one of the meetings. And those meetings like this, and I think Debbie, everyone has said, they come about monthly. So you're going to have one meeting every month for Policy Council. Now we have those meetings here at Region 10. Like Liz said, if you're a Policy Council officer, you're going to have, we're asking that you come in here to have those meetings. If you're not an officer, you will have the opportunity to take part in those meetings through a webinar, and we're going to get information about that a little bit later. So how to participate in that. But your choices will be here at Region 10 or through a webinar, and that will happen each month. The agenda items on each one of those agendas, I think we may have a star on the ones today, but they usually star one of the items that needs to be voted on. So that's usually when we really, really want you there, is during the time that we're doing the voting items. So that way you get a chance to look at some of those things. And Debbie's already explained quorum, so I really don't need to go through the whole quorum thing. But how many of you can remember what Debbie said about a quorum? How many members do we need to be present, either through the webinar or here at Region 10, in order for us to conduct business? 5. You guys did well. Debbie, great job. They got this. And one of the reasons that we want three members to be parents and not just community representatives is because, once again, you guys are important. 51% of you have to be parents for this policy council. And so what we want it to be is it's your decision. Not always just the community's, but the parents' decision. Okay. Can you see that? Is it too dark? Is that what I'm hearing? Sorry. Well, we can go dark, but I may not be able to see my own self, but we'll see. Is that a little better? Okay. If you look at Article 13 in your bylaws, it talks about complaints. So we're going to have specific training later on during the year that's going to really go into that in more detail. But if you have some issues, or you and the Region 10 board have some issues, like you're not agreeing, like you agree to pass something, they agree not to pass it. then what we have to do is we have to sit and discuss it between the two. So they'll bring that information forward to you. Another thing that you'll see is in Article 12, which is the amendment. And on the amendment, as things change, and I probably can't see, it's so dark now. Sorry. In Article 12, it's amendments. Anything that we change in the bylaws, we have to vote on and make sure that it's written down. So that's what you're going to find in there. So that's more of your sleepy time, nighttime reading type of information. Let's see. So now we're going to go into parliamentary procedures. And on your paper, keep doing that. On your table is a piece of paper. And it's just kind of like how to make a motion. In order for us to make progress and move forward on something, we have to have someone's idea that we want to move into doing some kind of an activity. If you're like my family, anytime we've decided we want to go out to eat, we are using parliamentary procedures. Because someone has an idea, my husband may come up and say, let's go to Logan's Steakhouse. Well, I'm like, I'm really not in the mood for steak. So I may say, let's go to Olive Garden. So at that point, he's coming up with an idea, I'm coming up with an idea, but somebody had to make that motion in order for us to decide that, that's something we want to do. So at that point, we're kind of discussing, he's made the motion, I can either agree or disagree. Didn't really agree with it. So I'm like, no, I think I'd rather go over here to Olive Garden. So then we'll discuss which way we want to go, and then we end up deciding we might just end up over at Wendy's. It's like, let's just go get something quick by this point in time. So, I mean, those are things that you kind of do. You're actually participating in, because someone has to make the idea, and then the other person has to agree upon it. Because at that point, my husband may say, well, let's just make it simple. Let's go to Wendy's. And I go, you know what? I agree with that. So I always have the second. So that's the second person is agreeing that we're going to move forward and go do this. And then we take action on it. So does that make sense to everyone? And I bet you've all participated in it. You had to be elected, so you probably got here from that way. But what we're going to do right now then, if you'll take your little gold piece of paper, we're going to practice on how to make a motion, because we're still getting used to all of you as we're trying to take minutes and take different things. We kind of need to know who people are. So we'll walk through it, and you can still say your name. You'll probably sound jumbled, but we're going to walk through it. To make a motion, you're going to get the attention of the floor. So everybody raise your hand. We'll just all raise your hand. And then the chairperson is going to recognize you. And I think, Sharita, right? Did I get it? Me? Yeah, did I get your name? Awesome. So I would say, okay, Sharita, what if you would stand up and say, Sharita, you got the floor. But we're all going to pretend we're Sharita. So I'll just say your name. But my name is, we're just going to walk through it. My name is Sharita. Okay, that sounds good. She's from Frisco. So she's from Frisco. And I move that the council, I can't read myself, accepts whatever we're deciding. If we're hiring staff or we are voting on visitors, whatever we are doing, she would say that. All right. Now for making a second, we're going to follow through with the same thing. But this time we'll be raising our hand, get the floor, and we're going to say, my name is, whatever your name is, from wherever you're from, and I second the motion. And then at that point, if there's any kind of discussion, if someone has some questions, the chairperson can address those questions, and then they're going to put it back out there for a vote. And so at this point, we're all going to say, we agree with whatever Sharita was wanting us to do. Now it's like the chairperson's going to put it to a vote and say how many are in favor of that. And at that point, we want to see those hands really high so that we can count them off. So let's practice. We'll see how many hands can get in there.
Are we going to do one thing or another one?
Yeah, anyone can do that.
One thing or another one?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, you can't do both. We want two people to agree on it. So it's like one person makes a motion and another person then would make a second. So you guys seem to have that hand thing down. I think you're doing well with that. Let's see. When we get into this, we talk about the policy council alternate. And I know several of you are here with your representatives. And so when a representative and an alternate are at the same meeting, we can only allow the representative to vote. So I'm sorry for all the alternates, but you're kind of backup. If they weren't here, then you would have the opportunity to vote. So How many do I have that are representatives today? How many of you are alternates? Okay, is your representative here today if you're an alternate?
We have a section in our district.
Oh, they didn't choose an alternate. Okay, well, we may need to discuss with them. Figure out who's, wait, that was the only one that, raised their hand there. Okay, so I bet you're the representative then. That's probably how you got voted in. So we'll, I'll look and see. Renelka sent something, so let me, was that Renelka?
Yes.
Okay, I'll look and see if your names are on there, and see which one, and I'll get back with you on which one. She told me which the rest. So we'll just need to make sure, because the representative, if your representative is here today, that's who will be able to vote. And as far as when we vote on officers, everyone gets a shot at voting. We don't care if you're a representative or an alternate. Everyone gets a vote for that. But what we do vote on when we do hiring of new staff, they're going to present new staff to all of you. We will need the representatives to vote on them. If y'all are both here. Otherwise, alternates get a chance to vote. And that's what we have in Article 10. Let's see. Community representatives. We don't have any community representatives here today. But if we do have community representatives, they can vote. They have just as much right to vote as a representative. So we were going to vote on community representatives, but we don't have any. But I will say we do have a visitor here today, and your mother,
Yeah.
right? We do have a visitor here today, and in order for her to stay before you guys start conducting all your business, we do have to have policy council approve her to stay. So, I don't remember. Doris? Okay. Do I have a motion from the floor? I hear Jay has a motion.
My name is Jay from Denison, and I motion that the council accepts Doris to stay.
Okay. You did that very well, Jay. I appreciate that. Okay, and do I have a second? Oh, we got a second next year. Let me hear it.
My name is Kim from Walpole County, and I second that motion.
All right. Did you get Kim? Kim? And your last name?
Davis.
Kim Davis. Omara's got here helping us do minutes. All right. And do we have, okay, we had a motion and we had a second. All in favor of Doris staying? All right. We're just going to say all that. All right. Thank you, Doris. You may stay now. Let's see. I think that was all I have. And Jess?
And Jess? We have a little bit more light. You
Yes.
know, I get dark. And Jess? Okay. Now, we are ready to do the nomination and election of policy council officers for the 2015 to 2017 year. Let me say also that even though your name is up here, if you would like to be considered for more than one office, then go ahead and place your name again up there. So, for example, if you don't, maybe you're running for a chairperson, if you don't get chairperson, and you put your name on vice chairperson, then maybe you'll be getting elected vice chairperson, and the same with secretary and assistant secretary. So I'll give you just a moment to reconsider. Don't be shy. If you want to run for more than one officer, now is your chance.
Very good. Sí, yo sé.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, the floor is now open for the election of policy council officers. And remember also that one of the requirements if you are elected as an officer is that you are required to attend all policy council meetings here at the gym. Okay. All right, we're going to do chairperson first. And what I'm going to do is ask each person, although we already kind of know each other, to just, each nominee to just real briefly tell us why you think, or why you want to be selected as policy council chairperson. So we're going to start with the first name on the list, Tiffany Perkins. Can you just tell us why you would like to be an officer?
They make room at the front.
Yeah, really. Great.
I would like to be, well, my name is Sept, President, I would like to be chairperson because I believe that, I have good faith. I can be here for all the meetings and I look forward to taking information back to my district, which is Allen, and, I hope you guys are happy.
Next person, Elisha Well.
Hi, my name is Elisha Webb from NSISD. I have experience working with kids. I not only want to be a voice for my child working schools, but hopefully for all districts. I strongly believe in parents and community being involved with our younger kids, especially in these days and times, because they need it to be able to grow up and be a good example. And I hope you vote me. I'm looking forward to it. I will be at all meetings. I'm here for whatever you need, whether I get voted or not. I'm still going to be involved. Thank you.
And last but not least, Gladys Rodriguez.
Bueno, pues yo me anoté porque quiero más que nada ayudar a mi comunidad. Y pues tiempo, tengo un bebé de 1 año. Y pues quiero hacer el esfuerzo por los niños.
I want to help the community contribute. I have a child, and with your help, I want to be able to support the program.
And now we're ready for the election of chairperson. And I'm going to ask you to vote by raising your hand. And please leave your hand up for a second because we'll need to make a count of that vote, okay? First person is Tiffany Perkins. All those in favor of Tiffany Perkins, raise your hand. That's a yes. Ken? And you may vote for yourself.
Okay. You may vote.
Yeah, no, you may vote for yourself. Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
They can only vote one for each,
For this
office, one. Right, so you only get one vote for either one of these people, whichever. Okay, so we get that 10?
10, is that what you got?
I think things changed a little bit.
Okay.
All those for Tiffany. Let me see.
What about for Elisha? Well, all those in favor, raise your hand. Raise it high.
Sorry.
And those for Gladys Rodriguez, you raise your hand. Indicate yes. Okay, so Tiffany Perkins, you are our new chairperson of Policy Council. On to vice chairperson. And we're gonna do the process. Great ladies. Kim, where's Kim? Policy Council vice chairperson.
My name is Kim Davis. I'm out of Rockwell County. I think I'll be a great vice chairperson because I'm the experience. I volunteer for Girl Scouts of America as a troop leader, an assistant troop leader for 6 years. So I'm familiar with budgets and voting, instructional, different types of programs with major. I've been volunteering with the school district for about 4 years now. I have 4 daughters, and also I volunteer as well with the church and do quite a bit of nonprofit volunteering.
Yes. And next person, Nancy.
Hi, my name is Nancy, and I am from Walkerville, Tatum Elementary. And I have all day, every day. Summertime, wintertime. And I'm out one of our. Well qualified for it. I just put it around.
Great, Nancy, thank you. And last but not least, Estefani Gutierrez.
Stephanie Gutierrez, from Waxahachie ISD. Well, I don't have experience, but I'm here to learn, and I want to contribute as much time that I could give. I don't have like anything else to do, so I took my everything into this and get it forward.
Nancy. Oh, and then I have to speak Spanish and English.
Okay. There's a lot of others that don't, so I can.
All right, great, thank you. Okay, now we're ready to elect a vice chairperson, and we'll start with the first person, Kim Davis. All those in favor of Kim Davis, if you could raise your hand, it's the indication of yes. And regular aye, been there for a while. Okay. Okay, and Nancy Melendez, all those in favor of Nancy, if you could raise your hand, aye. And all those in favor of Estefani Gutierrez, if you could raise your hand. Okay. All right, well, let's welcome Kim Davis. Great, okay, we'll move on to our next office, which is secretary. And we're gonna follow that same process again. Kenesha Morton, where's Kenesha?
It's Cornelia. Oh, actually, I get it butchered all the time. But my name is Cornelia Martin, and I am from Allen, ISD. Excuse me. I think I would be a great secretary because primarily I come from an administrative background. I have 4 children in Allen, and again, I want to be a part of it for the sake that I want to be an advocate and also learn the process as far as being an advocate for my children in general. And again, being able to help anyone who needs if I'm available. And to, I know I'll take good minutes because I've done it before. So again, please vote for me.
Okay, next person, Edith Contreras.
Hi, I'm Edith. I think I would be a good secretary because first I'm bilingual. I would be able to, update the Spanish team representatives. I have kids, I'm busy, but I'm very organized. I like to take notes, and everyone will be involved and learn as much as I can.
And last but not least, Gladys Rodriguez.
Bueno, pues otra vez me volví a montar porque estoy interesada en saber más acerca de este programa.
I put myself down because I'm still interested and really want to support the program.
Muchas gracias.
Okay, we're ready to vote now, and we'll start with the first person. Carnesia Martin. All those in favor of Carnesia Martin, raise your hand and indicate yes. I'm sorry. All right, okay. Next, Edith Contreras. All those in favor of Edith Contreras, if you'll raise your hand and indicate yes.
Oh.
Up high, I don't think we can see, okay. Yes. All right, and Gladys Rodriguez. All those in favor of Gladys, if you raise your hand as the indicator, yes. Up high, that's, yeah, don't be shy. That just shows your interest. Yes. 2. Oh, 3, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So then looks like Edith Contreras. Edith is our new secretary. And if it's okay, with the group will only have one person, one nominee interested in assistant secretary. And Lamanda, Prieta, okay, again, we're gonna follow that process, just tell us why you want to be the assistant secretary.
Okay. Well, my name is Amanda, and the reason why I would like to be assistant secretary is because, once again, I want to go through this process, I want to find out what's going on, maybe make a change. I like to be there when, being talking about it, so I can be involved and know what's going on.
All of parliamentary procedures, the proper procedures. All those in favor of Lamanda? I get there, I promise you.
Vote 21.
Yes,
All in favor? I think everyone has their hand up. Yeah, they both.
Okay.
Jillian, did you have your hand?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
No.
All right.
Very good. Great, congratulations, officers. Now, what I'm gonna ask you to do, as officers, policy council, I'm going to actually, ask you to take your seat as leading the meeting for the next, this afternoon. And you can do that now. And you can leave your stuff right now till after lunch, right? You can just go up here, take your seat, chairperson, vice chairperson, secretary, and assistant secretary. So we can all see who you are. Would love to take a picture of you. Does anyone have their? Okay. Okay, you all want to stand or you want to take a picture or you stand and sit. Yes, Thank you. Okay, now I think what we're ready to do is, we're gonna have a working lunch, but before you get your lunch, we're gonna do some training with the webinar, and Leah is going to actually walk you through that training.
we need to send it or anything. On your table, there should be a printout. I may not have printed quite enough, but if you'd like me to email it to you or anything like that, if you give me your email address, I can definitely send it over. Or if you guys ever had a question about it, you guys can contact me and walk through it for the webinars. Now, for the webinars, when you're doing it from your home, in case you can't make it in person to the policy council, you would need like a headset so you can hear better, but you can always do your speakers. However, you won't have the microphone feature, so maybe you won't be able to speak in case it's one of those speaking webinars. Or you always have the option to type in your question. So,
There's a little change in the schedule. We're gonna go ahead and have everybody go and grab their lunch, and then while they're eating, we're gonna go ahead and review this webinar. So let's go ahead and take put this stuff down. Get in line, we're gonna have some citizens study for everybody here.
And for the lunchtime, we're going to do
no, this is more for like, your reference later on, like. And like a, no, just your
No, that's what I meant. Well, I told,